What's up, everybody? It's your girl T. I just arrived here at Society in Charlotte, North Carolina. The CIAA weekend is crazy. I'm about to catch up with RL. Everybody remembers RL from the group Next. Yes, so I'm about to catch up with him, so stay tuned for this interview because it's about to go down.
What's going on? It's your boy RL. Check it out. I don't do a lot of different things to take away from what I do creatively. But if I am going to be doing anything recreational, best believe it's ill-famedmag. Keep it live.
You today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So you in the city, Charlotte, my city, which I actually grew up in and I'm from. How are you liking the city so far? Have you been here before?
I've been here numerous times. You know, I'm from Minneapolis, but I live in Atlanta. And this, to me, reminds me of a miniature Atlanta, but kind of better. It gives you a little more homey feel. Because when you go to Atlanta, most people in Atlanta aren't from there.
Right.
A lot of people here are from here, so I like that.
Yeah, and they say, you know, this is kind of going to be the next Atlanta, because we're coming up. We're coming up real slow, though, but we're definitely coming up. But you have an album dropping. So what's the title of that album?
Well, the single that's out now is Booed Up, and the album is called 5:15.
So how did you come up with that title?
Well, I was born at 5:15 a.m. and this is kind of like a rebirth for me. I consider it my debut album. I went into it like I'd never had any type of success, no fame. Like I haven't sold one record. I sang every record like it was my first and last. Wrote every record the same way. So I have that same hunger. I never lost it. And sometimes it rubs people the wrong way. But if you've ever seen the movie Groundhog Day, the dude would wake up every day. It would be the same day. And it's like my do-over. You know what I mean? I'm 35 now. I've been in the game 16 years, so it's my do-over. Thank you.
Congratulations. So you said Booed Up. How did you come up with that concept?
Because I don't really go out. I mean, if they're trying to get me to come back tonight, but usually I'll be asleep. I don't really go out. I'm not a nightlife person. I co-own a lounge in Atlanta called Bar One with Peter Thomas from Housewives. I think there's another one here that they're opening, but I don't even go there. So it's, you know, people are like, man, you ain't going nowhere. You're going to be at the crib all booed up or something. You ain't going to be doing nothing. I was like, you know what? I've always tried to take everyday sayings like a wifey or, you know, with the just in case and anything for Jaheim that I've written and put it out to the masses. So a lot of people are like, oh, he came up with that. No, but I brought it to the masses so I get the credit. And I felt like it was relative to me where it still worked with my fan base, yet it was still new and fresh. So I had to ask myself, if a promoter said, okay, you can do 3 songs tonight. I know I got to do Too Close and I got to do Wifey. I needed a record that was on that level, another anthem that I could sing that would be on that same level, and I feel like that's Booed Up.
And I'm definitely an R&B person, so when I heard that, I was definitely like, oh yes, that's in my rotation. Definitely. Do you have any collabs on the album, or is it strictly like you wanted to just give them you?
Well, I got Teddy Riley, who's like my big brother. He came on and did the voice box for me on the record. I'm probably going to have 2 members of Slaughterhouse on 2 different records because them is the homies. I'm a big fan. I'm a lyricist. I had a record deal for rapping first, but I didn't take it. So for me, when I listen to rap, I listen differently. I'm into lyrics. So I feel like 2 of the best lyricists right now, which is Crooked Eye and Royce the 5'9", and they're scheduled to be on the album. Besides that, I'm going to do a duet, which is already recorded on my end. I sent it out to Brandy because she's one of my favorites. We're going to look at Carrie Hilson, and I'm real cool with Kelly Rowland, so probably one of them, we'll see.
How is the album focused? Is it more like a R&B kind of chill, romantic type thing? Like, how is the feel of the album?
I mean, if I had to describe the album, I would have to describe myself because all my music has been relative. It's freaky. I'm a freak. It's sexy, it's sexual, sensual, respectful, funny. Cleverly disrespectful, kind of like with Too Close. When I wrote Too Close, like women didn't realize I was talking about, you know. So I try to find clever ways to do things, but really it's about growth and maturity, yet still fly. Because I don't want to be the old guy in the club. You know what I mean? Like, again, I'm 35, and I feel like black folks is the only ones that think 30 and 35 is old. You go to other cultures, they like, you young, but they want to age you and put you somewhere. I just want to keep it fresh and fly, yet still get it to my fan base. So I think that it's a well-rounded album. I recorded 70 records for the album. So
you was definitely in the studio hard.
Yeah, that's all I do. It's my life. So I'm down to 25 now, and I got to get it down to like 15. The label said 10, but I'm like, nah, I've been gone a long time, and I know that people nowadays give you less but want you to pay more. I'd rather give you what you're used to. I want to give you a good value with great music. So I'm gonna get it hopefully down to 15, but it's hard because I keep recording more records every day.
Right. So you said this is like a freaky type thing. Are you a romantic type guy?
I consider myself
So, like,
romantic.
What is like one of your most, I guess, romantic things you've done?
It's hard to say because I do a lot of things, and I think that it depends on the love language. What you might find romantic, somebody else might not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like dirty, to be honest. So when I say, again, the album is well-rounded. It's about love because I feel like love is timeless.
It is.
I've been able to survive so long because the records that I wrote 15 years ago are still in rotation. I want this album to be the same way. I don't feel like music, well, a lot of the music nowadays is like that. It'll last 3-4 months, but then what? And I asked myself, what will the artists now sing in 10 years like I'm doing? Like, are you going to want to hear these records you're hearing on the radio right now?
Probably not.
And that's what scares me, because for me, I want to be able to make timeless music forever.
Right. And speaking of that, honestly, right now, I still have the song with you and Deborah Cox in my rotation. We Can't Be Friends. That's like one of my favorite songs. I'll be in the car. You know, I'm really thinking I'm Deborah. I'm getting ready for my part. So, like
to just act like we never were, to come around and not show word. I dare we agree. I'm just playing, go ahead. By shaking hands months ago, I was your man. I got to warm up, but that's a little
Say that you was my man. Sing that to me.
I was.
Ooh. All right. My mind just went blank. You got me messed up here. Okay, so how important is like your fam and stuff? Like, do they keep you grounded?
Well, I have 2 friends on the planet. I really consider, which one is my manager, and then the other one was the actual 4th member of Next that nobody knew about. He's my other best friend. He's been my best friend for 20 years. That's it. You know, I've tried to bring new friends in, and I'm a real trusting person.
Right.
Kind of naive, and people take advantage of me easily. So I have to have people around me that know me, and they kind of protect me. So
that's a good thing. And I do see on your Twitter you do talk a lot about God. You have your daily, what do you call it, your daily?
Daily word. And what's funny is I don't have it programmed like a lot of people do, where it just sends out something. I read it every morning, and I pick a quote out of it, and I decide what I'm going to write. It's funny because just to show you, I'll show you what I do. I go to, where's my books? Here go the 2 I read. See? And this will be for, see, that was for today. I read that today. And then I go to this one. And I read the one from here today.
That's really good, because you know a lot of people they kind of forget who got them there. You know what I mean? A lot of people forget about God. They go on stage at the award shows, and I want to thank my fans,
Or they thank God just because they feel like it's something to do. It's funny because I rub a lot of people the wrong way, and I was watching Beyonce's special on HBO, and she said you have to be difficult sometimes. If it's something you really believe in and you really want, that's how you have to be. And it's the same thing with faith. So a lot of people that work with me, they end up not liking me because I'm so professional. I'm never late. I was supposed to be here, I think, at 2:30, and I was sitting around dressed. They asked me to come tonight instead. Then they said 4. Then they said to come tonight instead. We said no because you had been here. So I'm really not supposed to be here. So I really came because I feel like that's unprofessional to tell you something. I don't care. I told them, well, if I have to come back, I'll come back tonight. But I'd rather come and do what I'm supposed to do with you because this is important to me. Like, I'm honored to be sitting here with you because you're giving me a forum to talk about what I love, and that's important.
Well, thank you so much. That's really considerate. It really is, because a lot of people trust and believe. They don't care. That's really, whew. All right, so I also see that you're a Kobe fan.
Very much.
No.
You want to know why? You want to know why? I'm from Minneapolis, and we weren't expected to make it like that. I've never seen a player for 17 years straight, regardless of what's going on in his personal life. You have guys that can be arguing with their wife and have a bad game.
Right.
You got somebody like Kobe that was facing 20-something years, just getting off the helicopter from court, scoring 30, 40 points a game. Now, his personal life, we can all say, well, he's like this. We don't know. I've met him. Nice guy. Most people haven't met him, and they don't realize that he's not really American. He grew up in Italy, so he's different. He's quirky, and most artists are. When you're focused on your craft, you are. And if he was on your team, you would respect him because he's the first one in the gym and the last one to leave. And you want somebody like that on your team. People might not like him, and he rubs people the wrong way, but me being an artist, I can understand and respect that because all he wants to do is win.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Who else? Who else? Even Jordan, 17 years straight, still at the level he's at right now. Nobody's done it. And what we're comparing him to is a new generation of players. You're actually comparing a dude that graduated a year after I did to cats that graduated a decade later.
Right.
You're comparing Kobe to cats that he could have babysat.
I feel the same way.
You feel me?
I really do. I feel the same way, but I'm a LeBron fan.
I respect that.
I'm a LeBron fan, but it is what it is.